Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the Beyond the Spider-Verse Spider-Man 2099 and Peter Parker from Marvel Legends. Before we begin, leave a like, hit subscribe, and comment below your favorite figure in this review. It really helps out the channel. Now let's get to it. Here is the box for the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Spider-Man 2099 with the characters over here, the figure over here looking pretty good. And on the back, the rest of the figures in the wave as well as a bunch of legalese, the figure over here. Now let's open this Spider-Man 2099. The Miguel O'Hara face sculpt is not great at all for this figure. The skin tone is way off. He's way too pale. Aside from that, the mouth looks nice, the eyebrows look pretty good, and the lines on his face look very nice, especially on the forehead too. He has very sallow cheeks over here and some kind of blushy paint on his cheeks that look pretty good. I think he's a vampire, so maybe the paleness is because of that. But if not, it's just a really bad miscommunication. We do also have the hair that's swept back, looking really nice over here. Each individual strand is done with care. And we also get a swivel for the head going all the way around as well as up, not really that far, down, not really that far, and side to side pretty okay on the pivot ball joint. It's fine. The body is incredibly muscular and very fit, very like triangular framed here. Pretty nice. We get a cool spider logo on the body as well as a lot of hidden detail you wouldn't really normally see. It's very nicely done on this figure. Super cool. The arms are a bit plain. We do have these fins that are very rubbery, looking nice over here, and this comes up over here pretty good when you match it. There you go. And the other side is pretty much the same except for this little watch monitor thing over here. I forgot what it's called in the movie. That was a while ago, but it's a nice touch they added to him. And the back looks nice as well with some designs on top and then going down this really square butt. Look at that cake. And for articulation, the body goes back this far with paint underneath and forward this far. No paint needed on that side with a swivel over here that does break up the sculpt a bit actually, with arms that go up pretty nicely and down and all the way around. You do get a swivel over here as well as a double jointed pinless tech elbow, and for the hands you get a swivel and then a hinge up and down. Really nice. And the other side is pretty much the same. This doesn't really hinder that much though, so that's good. The legs are decent, kind of boring in a way. Honestly, there isn't much to go for them except for the tiny bits of red on the calves as well as the bottoms of the feet. And you do get out this far. Very nice, and in and up really okay, and then back, alright, and then up, it's fine I guess, and down, swivel up here, no swivel down there, down, and then up, and then pivot and pegels with all the legalese you'll ever need. And actually the articulation for this is kind of hard to maneuver like Miles. I hope this isn't a trend for these figures, and the feet are way too small. He also comes with a masked head that gives me a little bit of a luchador vibe. Looks really cool over here actually and fits nicely on the ball peg. Very angular design, especially on the whole head sculpt. You get kind of like a point up here and then a point down there, and it's very pointy and good. It works out really well actually. And you do get a swivel all the way around as well as a pivot and then up, not really that far, kind of good, and then down, not really so much. It's a nice head sculpt though. And you also get a spare pair of hands. They're very nice. They're outstretched and looking pretty good with the paint as well as sculpt on there with nice swivels and then hinges for both. It works out pretty well. And the wrist bracelet time thing does come off of his wrist and actually looks pretty good. I like how they included this, but I need way more for all my other characters. My biggest complaint is one that isn't even on this figure. They ditched the webbing cape. That would have been cool to have an accessory going around his neck, but I guess they don't have it on this. What a shame. Spider-Man 2099 stands at about 6 3/4 inches tall or so. Next to different versions of Miles Morales from movies 1 and 2, different versions of Spider-Gwen as well as Spider-Punk and Spider-Man Noir, Miles G. Morales, The Spot, Prowler, and Spider-Ham. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Here is the box for Peter Parker in the spider suit. Finally, we get to see this one over here. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse up there. Figures over here. Marvel Legends over there. Inspired by Into the Spider-Verse. And on the back, we get the figure over here. All kind of glitchy and weird. Looking nice as well as the rest of the figures in the wave. A bunch of legalese logos everywhere. Looking awesome. Now let's open this thing up and check out Peter Parker. This upgraded printed tech Peter Parker head sculpt looks very nice. I love the eyes as well as the eyebrows, and the smile is nice and coy. The The hair also looks very nice. I love the dry brushing on it. It's so cool and very well done. Commendable for Marvel Legends. Great job. And for articulation, you can also go all the way around as well as up pretty far nicely and then down pretty far. And you also get some nice pivot. It's kind of okay for this great head sculpt. I love it. The body is the spider suit. I'm so happy to get this. I love this. This looks amazing. An excellent sculpt for this figure. Well done. Though there aren't any web lines on the figure, I still like how this looks. You can kind of imagine it, and the shading and lighting really helps also. We get a smaller spider logo that's very round over here, and kind of a largish one that harkens back to the comics. The arms have this sculpted web design on both sides, looking awesome over here, and going down you get some nice webbing over here too. The paint's kind of weird over here though. And for articulation, we get a dumbbell joint over here going back and forth, up and down kind of, and a crunch for the abs going back and forward. Pretty okay, but it does mess the sculpt up. That's a shame. We also get the arm going up, not really pretty good on that actually, pretty okay, all the way around over here with a swivel over here, and then a double hinge elbow over there, working out pretty nice, and down, and a swivel here, and down and up, working out great. And the same for the other side. Can I just say how great the blue is on this figure as well as the red? This is what I exactly want from my Marvel Legends Spider-Man, yes. And the legs are your standard Spider-Man, but this blue and red is amazing. Please use this for other figures, Jax. I would love to see it. The super shiny bright blue, and the legs gonna pop out of the hips a little bit. They're a little too thick, I would think. And then going down, you have some nice feet and boots that are all webbed up, looking epic. I mean, you do get some nice splits for the legs at least, as well as up really far and then down pretty okay. There is a drop down hip actually, as well as a swivel and then a swivel and then down and up and pivot and bagels, as well as the knee going up really far. This is an awesome figure with great articulation. I just love this guy, yes. The mask looks amazing too. I love the web lines on this, and the paint is really nice on the eyes. I love how this all looks. It's so great over here. And you also get a swivel over here, as well as a hinge going back as well as forward, and you also get a pivot over there a little bit, but man, this is some awesome articulation and sculpt for this head. You also get some thwip hands with him, but man, what I wouldn't give for some wall crawling hands. That'd be amazing. They do swivel and then hinge as well on both sides and just work out great. I love this figure. Peter Parker stands at about 6 1/4 to 6.5 inches tall, next to different versions of Miles Morales from movies 1 and 2, different versions of Spider-Gwen, as well as Spider-Punk and Spider-Man Noir, Miles G. Morales, The Spot, Prowler, and Spider-Ham. Overall, a couple of Spider-Mentors. Spider-Man 2099 is a nice figure, a rehash of a previous one with a few tweaks to it. An updated darker color scheme, a much cleaner sculpt, and a way better look for the figure was well needed. With a few drawbacks, however, such as the skin tone being way off for this figure, and clawed hands and a cape would have gone a long way to making this figure great. Peter Parker is the star of the line, as well as the star of probably all the other ways before it. This figure is awesome. The articulation scheme is amazing. I love the head sculpt, and this guy is just pure Spider-Man. He might be my favorite Spider-Man in the collection, maybe. He is missing wall-crawling hands, and it would have been great to see a Peter B. Parker head sculpt with him, but I have a feeling we'll get that when the third movie rolls around. If you're a fan of Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse in general, or Marvel Legends, then you'll love these figures. They're really great. But I would highly recommend picking up Peter Parker before Spider-Man 2099. He's just that good. But make no mistake, these Spider-Men are awesome beyond the Spider-Verse. So which Spider-Man here is your favorite? Or what is your favorite character in the Spider-Verse movie? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.